Let go of your old identity. Let go of the thoughts that no longer serve you, the lifestyle that keeps you in bondage, the habits that prevents your growth, the people that don't pour into you but drain you. Let go. Those are a couple of things I've really been learning, because I've noticed that with myself, who I am as an individual no longer aligns with the person who I once used to be. How I think and how I view myself now doesn't align with how I used to view myself back then. With that revelation, I really learned that I can no longer live, act, speak, or walk in the manner which I once used to do. Because if I do so, I'll be bound to, the old ways, my old actions, and it will really prevent my growth, or all in all, essentially. So I make this to really just say that to really change and to really become the man or woman that God called you to be, it's really important to let go of your identity. Let go of those things in which you once used to do and how you used to see yourself. Because as for myself, to be honest, I used to be a completely different person. The thoughts that I once used to have do not align with the thoughts that you have now. But oftentimes I do find myself acting in a way which I once used to. The reality is because at times I still crave, the old things which I once used to pursue. It's because they become my identity. Then that's the truth. And it's really important to really get into that root of that, because that really not only impacts you currently, but also impacts your ability to move on forward. And it often requires isolation and understanding yourself in a deeper level. But to be honest, that can only be done through God, spending more time with God, getting to know God, and letting Him, shape you into who He's called you to be. That's how people be vlogging, bro. Now, vlogging is actually tough, though. You're really, vlogging your life, what you're doing, and you can really, look back at it. A photo is just, a photo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
what was happening or
Yeah.
what you were doing that day, bro.
Literally, but this one here, whole conversation, bro. And then you see the scenery, too, bro. Peak. Jeez. I found myself, cleaving onto negative perceptions of myself due to what was said, by individuals. And at times I see that the more I cleave onto those thoughts or cleave onto what was spoken, the more that comes into manifest. That reminds me of that verse that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So we're shaped by our thoughts, and our thoughts then come to manifest. And what we see, we oftentimes identify as.
We need to be smart with our money. Even the little that we have, it doesn't mean just because you have little money you shouldn't care about your money, bro. Yeah.
You think that once you have more money, then
you start caring, because those same patterns they transfer over as well, bro.
become habits, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get paid to go to the shop and buy new clothes.
Yeah.
That's a habit. Imagine when you have more money. That's what you're gonna do, bro.
Yeah.
If you see nothing but L's, if you see nothing but losses, or that's the same thing. But if you don't see, if you're seeing something constantly, you're gonna start believing it, and as you believe in it, you're gonna start identifying with it. So if you see yourself winning, you're gonna identify yourself as a winner. If you see yourself losing, you're gonna identify yourself as a loser or a failure, in a sense. But reshaping your identity requires you to think beyond that, to not hold on to what you see, or to not be consumed by the results, or essentially what you see, but what God has spoken, what God has said about you. But letting go of your identity requires you to align on God. Requires us denying ourselves and holding on to the words God has spoken. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little short word, but let go of your identity. Because how you view yourself is what shapes you. How you view yourself is what essentially you see. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you view yourself negatively, that's exactly what you attract. Negativity. And even myself, I'm learning that on a regular basis. But yeah, let go of yourself or your identity.